Anyone, please come up here, grab a handful, because there's no bowls. Yeah. What should you be doing if you shouldn't be doing anything?
Just enjoy myself.
What does that mean?
Having fun.
What does that mean?
Get in touch with my passion.
What does that
Allow
mean?
myself.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, okay,
Yeah,
all
but
nice
this is
words.
a difficult question. You know
I
that.
know that.
Yeah,
I love.
so-
That's what
yeah,
I love about them.
What should I be doing? Traveling.
Are you in your life right now? Oh, thank you. You see, I didn't even have to ask for it. It's just there. It just shows up. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, are you bored right now?
Not right now.
You scared right
I'm
now?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I mean, not just being here with microphone and about 18 billion people watching.
No, I don't feel scared. No.
In your life,
No.
you don't.
No. No, I don't feel scared.
Huh.
No. Actually, I feel free. Because I'm able to. I feel like I've set myself free.
From what?
From all of the limitations that I've been in for a really long
Not even
time.
close. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I've been asked by Linda, particularly, and a little bit of Caldra, to stop picking on people, but
Yeah.
I don't consider it that. I consider it love.
So,
I consider
yeah,
it just
but that's okay.
most
That's okay.
amazing love.
Yeah.
No,
But I do feel more free than I've felt in the latest years now. So
Yeah.
I do feel more free, even though you maybe.
No, I kind of scowl at it because I'm looking overall, and I don't know how personal I should get. But
Yeah, you can get personal.
I
but
love
yeah,
when they
yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
you can do that.
No,
Yeah, no, I will not regret it because it's a learning. So
So you feel more free than you did before, but
Yeah.
look where you came from, and you've got whether you want to call them fears or whatever about big changes.
Yeah.
I mean, you like little incremental changes, and you go, oh look, we changed from a light shade of blue to a little deeper shade of blue, but that's nothing,
Yeah.
and that you've got. There's a lot of fear in there.
yeah.
And the dragon's, in there trying to turn things up. So he's having me do his, job for him, and saying, "But what are you so afraid of? What are you so scared of?" And maybe not the little things, like afraid of flying or driving a car and that, but just afraid of what comes next. And that's what I'm sensing. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe I'm way off.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I just feel happy and free.
Good.
And able to create something different that
Yeah.
I've created before.
But I'm sorry.
And I do feel that things come to me instead of me trying to following the outside. So yeah, I really.
So what are
do
you
feel
doing
that.
for your everyday life?
Yeah,
You're from Norway.
Yeah, I'm from
Yeah.
Norway, and I have
How
4
long have you
children.
lived there?
Yeah, all my life. I'm born there.
Oh, really? And,
Yeah.
and what city are you living in?
Sandnes. Recently moved to a place called Ålgård, but it's like 2-3 miles south from Stavanger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So how far did you move total?
No, just a mile.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So 2 miles
And-
south. So it's So big changes.
So
I
how
have
far
4
do you live
children.
right now from where you were born and raised?
No, that's not far. It's like 2 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I rest my case. No, I really do.
Yeah, but what do you mean then? What are you trying me to?
It's very easy to feel, I guess you say, that you're relatively happy and things are okay and that you're not afraid when you've stayed so blue in that land of blue. And then you say, oh, no, I'm really happy. Everything's fine. How far have you gone? I mean, now, you were bold to come here. You just hopped on an airplane. You show up here so I can abuse you. That's pretty bold.
But I mean, like, you do have restriction. I can't just move from my children. I have a responsibility to take care of my children and
How long
so
is that going to go on? How long is that going to go on?
for like 5 more years
5 more
at
years.
least, because then they are 18.
Uh-huh. And then what are you going to do?
I'm going to, live
So
my
now
life.
they're living in your basement or your
Yeah,
attic
my
or whatever,
house, my
and they're
house,
still there.
Yeah,
So
and-
is it important in realization and true freedom that you would have to like leave your kids?
What do you mean? Like,
That are well, I'll get right to the point. Are the kids holding you back?
yeah, I feel that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good, honest answer.
And that's been a really hard thing because I've been alone with them for many years, and
Yeah.
the oldest son is really sick. And now when I moved, he got more sick, so it was traumatic. So he's just stopped talking, so
Yeah.
he's not able to talk anymore.
What
But
do you,
yeah,
what do
my
you,
children,
I'm
my
gonna
children
really,
are
this is really personal, but what do you think's
Yeah.
happening there
awakening.
for
him,
Yeah,
for
for
him.
your son.
And also like he's playing his part for the whole family. Like
How about maybe he's absorbing a lot of the energies, taking it on personally for you and for some of the other family members? Is this a good thing? Taking responsibility for your kids? Is this a good
Are
thing?
you asking for me if this is a good thing for me to have the responsibility for my children?
Yeah. I mean,
no.
is that responsible?
No, but I can't just leave them.
Oh, so it's okay then to have a household where your son is ill.
No, I actually bought him. He's in a hospital now. Been there for 4 months. So I bought him an apartment. So
Yes.
I cannot have him with me any
Right.
longer because it's too limiting or restraining.
But he was there for a long time, right?
Yeah. So that's me feeling free now has to do with him. Like, how do you say that? What's the word? Separation.
You know,
like,
the greatest thing that would for him is you allow yourself to actually take this huge step and be realized you're holding back. You say it's because you're being responsible,
Yeah.
but it's an excuse. And he's taking on a tremendous amount of stuff for the whole family, absorbing a lot of the energies, and but it's also totally distracting. It has nothing to. You allowing your own realization has you can do it with or without him. It's not about that, but it's a tremendous service. Watch what happens is you really overcome some of these deep fears and scares that you have.
Yeah,
Watch
well,
what a difference it makes
but,
in him.
But how do you look at them? Because I'm as I feel free now. I
Free
don't-
what? Within the land of blue to wander as far as you want
feel
within
free,
blue?
Like, feel free. Like I totally understand that I've been being a part of creating the land of blue.
Yeah.
So now I have to be the one undoing that.
Right.
And setting myself free from the
Yeah.
limitations.
These
and
are a lot
fear.
of words, but I want to see something really in your life, not just the words. And I'm not trying to.
No, I'm okay.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, I like it. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
So
I want you to really feel into this, and I mean deeply, whether you're here or after you leave. I detect a very specific energy of being scared, and it's very easy for humans to kind of overlook and say, "I'm not scared. Look at me. My life is fine." But you've got a son that's very sick. You put a lot of responsibility on your shoulder. You've never really done what you've wanted to do in life.
No.
I mean, this goes way back, and you go back to about the time you're 3 or 4 years old, and there were things you wanted to do, and you held that in you up until the time you were about 12 years old, and then you didn't.
Yeah.
And then you stayed in your safety zone, which is understandable, but there's something inside you that's saying, I just can't stay here anymore. I just can't stay in that safety zone. And you say, that you're free and that you're everything in your life is fine. It's not.
It's not fine.
Okay.
But I do feel free that like I'm responsible for changing it or how I create my life from
Right.
now on. So it's not fine at all.
Okay.
No,
Right.
but I choose to be
How
happy
many
with
children
it.
do you have?
4.
And how are the others?
They are 14 and twins that are 13.
How are they doing?
Not so good after the moving and watching their big brother
Yeah.
getting really sick. It
Yeah.
was like, how is it possible to just stop talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and really
So I'm just
angry.
I'm gonna just
yeah, they
go
are
right.
angry, and they are angry at me because I moved and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't stay in that situation, living with him and living with them on my own in that
Yeah.
place. It was so, I just, how do you suffocate it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know,
Something,
suffocation.
I needed to do something drastic to change it because I couldn't have it that way anymore.
And suffocation sometimes is something you get used to. I mean, because it happens usually slowly over time. The suffocation from your passion, from life, from everything else, and it's very slow. And you're like, well, no, I'm still breathing,
Yeah.
but not very much.
Yeah.
And you came here for this,
Yeah, I know.
and I'm sharing this with you right now. You do realization and your enlightenment for yourself, all of you. You do it for yourself. Nobody else. You cannot do it for anybody else. It'll backfire on you. But there is a huge implication to it in your children, your family, because there's an imbalance, an energy imbalance going on. Your desires and needs, their needs as your children, they're feeling into what you really came here for in this lifetime, and the huge energy imbalance that it's creating. I'm feeling into your household right now.
It's true.
Not just the physical place, but your entire household. And everybody's polite about it. Everybody's nice about it. But there is such an energy imbalance that's going on. And ultimately, it comes back to you because they understood when they chose you as their mother, they understood what the importance of this in your lifetime.
Yeah.
They're your biggest fans and supporters, and right now they're disappointed.
Yeah.
And because you've gotten little, you've shut down, you say, no, everything's fine. It's not fine. Now, I'm not trying to make your life miserable.
But it's going to be.
When?
Yeah, soon.
No, when?
Like,
Soon.
Yeah. I feel I'm like.
No, it's not. No, not at the current rate, and that's why you came here, so we could kind of change all that. At the current energy pattern that's in, this is going to go on for a long time,
Okay,
and you don't want that.
Yeah. How do I break it then?
You did by coming here.
Yeah.
You did by standing
yeah,
here
yeah.
with me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you're
that
gonna.
was following my passion,
Yeah.
allowing myself because I pushed it down my passion because what's the point?
What's the point? And,
but not now.
And you're using.
And people think I'm crazy back home.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm doing a confirmation like Christianity when the boys are getting 14.
Yes.
So I'm having that on Saturday,
Right.
next Saturday, and like, how can you be so unresponsible and just fly away now? And
Yeah.
and
Well, sure,
but I just felt like I really want to, so why can I not?
And get used to it, that passion just to
Yeah.
go do something. And the mind says this is foolish, and I've got kids at home, and what
Yeah,
about
not
the money?
just mine, the whole family.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get really picked on
everybody.
about that. Yeah.
Get used to it. There is no crazy anymore. There's not. And it feels very odd and uncomfortable at first to say, I'm just going to go to Colorado for a weekend. I don't know why.
Just 3 days.
Yeah,
3 days.
3
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
there
Friday
and back. I don't know why. I mean, this is all crazy. And if you look at it from a human standpoint on the surface, that is so crazy. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But if you look at it, what's really taking place, you're following your heart. You knew you needed to be here.
Yeah.
You knew that you needed to get your butt kicked. And it wasn't so bad, was it?
No. I enjoyed.
Getting your butt kicked.
Yeah, but yeah.
Linda, would you get her a bowl of fruit, please? Yeah. No, but and I'm always amazed because and this isn't the first time it's happened, but somebody gets up and says, "Oh, no, my life is fine. I'm just doing great," and I'm like, looking at the energy, going, "This is a train wreck. I mean, how can you?" But it's a nice train wreck. It's like, yeah, but this is like, it's like, oh, the collision will be just fine.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
So the greatest, and what you really came here for, is for the clarity.
Yeah.
So the dragon said, get your ass to Colorado so you have this clarity. No excuses. You allow your realization, and it doesn't mean you need to move or do anything else, but you allow it because you've been hesitating like crazy and justifying. You're really good at making sure, smooth the waters over.
Yeah.
You allow your realization. You watch what happens first with your children, and particularly with your son, who is really feeling into this right now. I mean, he's something's going on. He knows something's going on. You check with him later, and he'll come back to talking soon enough.
But I've been scared of
Oh, no, you weren't scared.
But earlier I've been scared of abandoning my children.
In a way, you did. You already did. By
come?
abandoning yourself and what
Oh,
you
yeah,
came
yeah,
here
that
for
way, yeah.
in this lifetime, you kind of abandon your kids, and that's why they're reacting. That's why they're getting sick, and that's why there's a lot of emotional issues going on, and then heaps of guilt back on you. But no, like you said in the beginning, you're not scared. Everything's fine, right?
Yeah, but it hasn't been. But I feel it now.
You feel it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, not just as a distant hope in the future, maybe things will get better. That's a great way humans fool themselves.
Yeah, no, I actually felt it in my heart that now it's
So
working
what was the
out.
most important thing I said to you?
Now
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's take a deep breath together, just you and me. Allow your beingness. Allow your, what do you call it, realization, but allow you. And you haven't been doing that because you thought you had to take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
And what, 5 years more of taking care of, which really is like about 50 years, but like, oh, I'll kind of wait. Don't. And your children they love you so much, and they're taking on so many imbalances because they know what you're here for, and you're not doing it. You're not doing it. So the most important thing I'm saying to you is stop delaying or distracting. It's the best thing for your kids. Don't do it for your kids, but it's the best thing for them. And it doesn't mean you have to leave them. You'll be closer than ever. It doesn't mean that suddenly your community throws you out. Actually, they're going to be blind to what you really become. They're indifferent at best because they're still in the land of blue, and you're going to be in the land of rainbows. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
What's the most important thing I said to you today?
To allow my realization
Exactly.
and my beingness.
No excuses. None
No
whatsoever.
excuses.
Yeah.
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 Do I get any hints?
Hints in terms of how to do it?
Or not how to do it, but just
Yeah, a big one.
Yeah.
And stop being afraid. Stop being scared. And even though part of you says I'm not,
yeah. What
you
am
are.
I scared of?
What comes next? Same
What
thing.
comes
Every other person here in this room is afraid of. The same thing that all the ones watching and online. What happens next? Am I going to make it? And I start out this shout by saying 11 just crossed over, and that's not a real big help. It's not real
Yeah.
good motivation. But it's what things are coming down to right now. And there's that fear. Am I going to hit that point of realization and just leave? And it's very enticing because you look back, you're kind of like, hovering over the whole scene in your life, and it's like, geez, do I really want to go back to people that don't understand me, kids that are having issues, everything else in life? Do I really want to go back to that?
So the imbalances
You're thinking
in
too
the
much.
children.
You're thinking
yeah,
way
yeah,
too
that
much.
I know. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, way
But I
too
mean,
much.
like, so the
Take a deep
children are
breath. Wisdom before strength. Wisdom.
yeah, wisdom before strength.
Wisdom before
Yeah.
strength. So stop fighting your way. Stop being. You're pretty strong, actually, but be wise now. Okay. And I'm going to answer your question when we get to the next part.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You bet. You wonder what should I be doing?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. It took a lot of courage.
Yeah. Can I have a hug?
Many.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So,
Okay, let's take a good deep breath with that. I think we're done with the question session. What you did for everybody was just beautiful. It was just, and you're not going to remember much of it. No, you won't. So go back and listen to or watch the video later. But it was very bold of you. It's out of your normal range to just say, I'm going to get on an airplane. I don't know why. And I'm going to go to Colorado. I don't know why. And I'm hopefully something will happen. You followed your heart this time rather than what you think you should do, rather than your responsibilities. And you provided such a blessing to so many people. Thank you. Let's take a deep breath together with that. One of my favorite things is talking to humans, and particularly at our gatherings, workshops, and even here today. And for somebody to say, no, everything's fine, it's all good, and it's, life is just wonderful. I'm going, because I can kind of see through a lot of that. Yeah, for you new ones online, I'm going to come visit you too. And you know, and my intention isn't to embarrass any of you. The intention is to say, let's just get real about things. So you let me be your dragon today and bring out the clarity. And it's not always fun. Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking, but
I don't feel nerve-wracking. It feels good.
it feels good.
Yeah, because
Want to do it again?
totally open.
Yes, you were.
Receiving and allowing myself because I just knew I needed this. So
Yeah.
I'm just thankful for you taking your time
Yeah.
in this show to share with
Oh, it was important for everybody. Let's take a good deep breath. So I asked the question, what should you be doing if you shouldn't be doing anything? Kind of like along the lines of, I'm always saying to you, you know, stop working on your realization, dear human. It's not up to you. You're not the one actually that even was desiring it. You just wanted to keep going through life, having more experiences, one on top of the other, kind of like a perpetual experience machine. I thought it was funny. I got one laugh over here. You know, like a perpetual motion machine, but you were just like going through and having more experiences, and then you'd be going through the experience of what it's like, you know, being spiritual, and then the experience of having another lifetime and being spiritual. But something shifted in this lifetime. It was the lifetime of realization, period. That's it. Now, I say, what are you supposed to be doing if you're not supposed to be doing anything? Just hanging out with Sart on the beach, doing nothing, traveling, getting involved in technology. Sure, all those. And how about this? Remember a couple of shouts ago, I said to you that we're having this big debate at the Ascended Masters Club about freedom versus passion or a mission to do something. And I would say probably 80% of Shambhala had either freedom or freedom and they wanted both. Very, very few went to the passion part. And I thought that was a great big joke because that's one of the things that's so missing right now is the passion. The passion. And so many of you are just bored. But in that boredom, you're also terribly afraid to go to the next level. You're waiting for something you're waiting for a meteor to come out of the sky and hit you in the head and get you into your realization. And you're bored crazy right now. And geez, I would be too. And I wanted to wait until this shout to say what it's really all about right now is your passion. And, you know, freedom, nah, not so much. What is freedom anyway? I mean, and you're not going to have freedom until you really reorient yourself to energy, until you have that new relationship with energy. You're not going to have freedom It's a nice lofty goal, and it's a great buzzword for Schomburg to use, freedom, freedom, freedom. But not so much right now. Not so much. First of all, you wouldn't know what to do with it if you had it. I'm sorry to offend all of you, but you simply wouldn't know what to do with it. It would be so overwhelming to the system right now to have real freedom. And you think, well, freedom, I want to be able to, hop on a plane and go to Colorado for the weekend. Yeah, freedom. Freedom's being without the physical body to hold you down, without all the old aspects, and without all the old junk, without any of that, without ever having to worry about money. That's real freedom. And ultimately, yes, that's where we go. But right now, it's actually about the mashing. I'm going to move this so I want to pace back and forth, and Cowder wants to eat, but I want to pace. So right now it's about mashing. What are you supposed to do if you're not supposed to be doing anything? Well, first of all, human, get out of the way. Let this all happen. And human at the same time. It's time to really feel into the mashing, the passion. Into that, yes, it's kind of a mission. It's not like it's all controlled and scripted or anything like that. But there is a passion that's there. And we hit on it in our last shout.